Another 3 points for Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Monday evening. Spurs 2, Fulham 0. Goals from Heung-min Son and James Maddison. We continue our unbeaten run in the Premier League and we are now top of the table. We have now played 9, we have won 7, we have drawn 2.
Chris Cowlin. Fan cams. Club news. Transfer news. Match previews, legend interviews, Spurs winning, press conferences, covering everything Tottenham and England.
Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Spurs in the Media where I'll be going through all of today's newspapers, looking at all of the articles from today's national newspapers, looking at the reports from the game Tottenham Hotspur 2, Fulham 0, also looking at the player ratings as well. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. So let's get straight into it. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Fulham 0. Tottenham Hotspur atop of the Premier League table. Played 9, won 7, drawn 2. Now for the game against Fulham on Monday evening at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Postecoglou made one change. Of course, Yves Bissouma was suspended and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg came in. Now let's start with a report from the Times newspaper today. And on the back page here, it has this wonderful picture of Heung-min Son scoring Tottenham's first goal. And it says here, Son leads Spurs back to the top. Also from the Times newspaper today, it's got this wonderful picture of James Maddison. It says here 3. James Maddison's goal last night was his 3rd in the Premier League this season. He also has 5 assists. The main heading states here, top spot, just not enough for record breaker Postecoglou. Tottenham Hotspur led the Premier League table thanks to a combination of nerve-free, energetic football and some daft errors from their opponents. It also states in this report that Tottenham's manager has taken 23 points from his first 9 games in charge, which is a Premier League record. His team survived a spirited finale, but that too seems to be a Postecoglou trademark, where once Spurs would wobble, they are at present immune to self-doubt. In this article from the Times newspaper today, they have published some quotes from Postecoglou's press conference. He said, "We've got a long way to go. We have to improve, and that puts the responsibility onto me to make sure that we do." The Times have stated that Postecoglou ignored compliments about his impressive start to the life in charge of Spurs and instead gave a darned good impression of a coach far from content with what he had just witnessed at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Monday evening. Now, the player ratings from the Times newspaper today, Vicario an 8 out of 10, Pedro Porro a 7, Romero a 7, Van de Ven 7, Udogie a 6, substitute Royale a 6, Sarr 7, sub Skip a 6, Højbjerg a 7, Kulusevski a 7, Maddison an 8, Richarlison a 7, Heung-min Son a 9 out of 10. Now for a report from the Sun newspaper, and I absolutely love this heading and these pictures here. It says, Tottenham Hotspur, Maddison Magic. These wonderful pictures of Heung-min Son and James Maddison celebrating. Of course, it shows the top of the table as well. Spurs on top, in case I haven't mentioned it enough already. Dynamic duo Heung-min Son and James Maddison fired Tottenham top to the Premier League table. A double-page spread from the Sun newspaper today as well, and it says, Spurfict vision. Angie's faithful can't believe their eyes at this start. You can see why Tottenham fans are rubbing their eyes in disbelief each time they look at the Premier League table. Now, the match stats have been published by the Sun newspaper. Shots, Spurs 15, Fulham 9. Shots on target, Spurs 5, Fulham 3. Possession, Spurs 55% to Fulham's 45%. Passes, Spurs 561 to Fulham's 455. Touches in the opposition box, Spurs 34 to Fulham's 13. Corners, Spurs had 3, Fulham had 5. Fouls conceded, Spurs 10, Fulham 14. Yellow cards, Spurs 2, Fulham 0. Now, a couple more stats. 23. No manager has won more points in his first 9 Premier League games than Ange Postecoglou's 23. Marco Silva is yet to beat Spurs in 8 attempts in the Premier League, drawing 3 and losing 5, as boss of Hull City, Watford, Everton and Fulham. Heung-min Son scored his 50th goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium since it opened. Only Harry Kane, 62, and Mo Salah, 65 at Anfield, have scored more at one venue. Now a report from the Guardian newspaper, and on the back page here it's got this wonderful picture of James Maddison and Heung-min Son celebrating the darts celebration. It says here, double top as Spurs go back to the summit. James Maddison celebrates his strike with fellow scorer Heung-min Son in trademark style. Also from the Guardian newspaper, it's got this wonderful picture here of James Maddison scoring Tottenham's second goal of the evening. It says here, Son and Maddison strike as Spurs return to the top. It then states what has happened to Tottenham. Before kick-off, the sense was it would be so very Spursy for them to blow this one. By the time it was over, though, they were daring to dream after punishing a nightmarish defensive display from Calvin Bassey and returning to the Premier League summit with a display that left an unambitious Fulham grateful it only finished 2-0. Ange Postecoglou can do no wrong at the moment. Spurs are a team transformed under the Australian boss, and setting aside concerns over lack of depth, it may not be long before they are viewed as genuine title challengers. Respectful opponents will see the sparkling goal-scoring form of James Maddison and Heung-min Son, plus the confident defending of Mickey van der Ven, and know that they will be in for a horrible test when they face Postecoglou's Spurs. And now for a report from the Daily Star, and it's got this wonderful picture on the back of James Maddison and Heung-min Son celebrating. It says, good darts. Scorers James Maddison and Heung-min Son arrow in on the summit as Ange Postecoglou watches on. Son and Maddo hit double top. Heung-min Son and James Maddison both scored to send Spurs 2 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Inside the Daily Star today, this double-page spread of this picture here, James Maddison scoring Tottenham's second goal, and it says, post-Kane, madness. The feel-good factor has kept on flowing in the rain at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last night. From a long, hot summer of uncertainty before Harry Kane finally left, Ange Postecoglou's carefree side proudly sit 2 points clear at the top of the Premier League after their best start to a league season since their double year of 1960-61. Captain Heung-min Son scored his 7th goal of the season, while James Maddison netted his first of no doubt many at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. This was not a perfect performance, and Spurs scored both goals by pressing hard and intercepting passes from Fulham's hapless Calvin Bassey. Now, the player ratings from the Daily Star today. Vicario an 8, Pedro Porro a 7, Romero, Van der Ven both with 7s, Udogie a 6, Emerson Royale 5, Sarr a 6, Skip a 5, Højbjerg a 7, Kulusevski a 7, Maddison Starman 8 out of 10, Richarlison a 7, Heung-min Son an 8. Now for a report from the Daily Telegraph today, and on the front of their sports supplement it has this picture of James Maddison and Heung-min Son again. The dart celebration, it says here, double top. Son and Maddison combined to fire Spurs to summit. Also from the Daily Telegraph today, this picture here of Heung-min Son scoring Tottenham's first goal, and it says Maddison makes Spurs real deal. It then says the Maddison partnership goes from strength to strength, and so do Tottenham. Player ratings from the Daily Telegraph today. Vicario a 9 out of 10. Pedro Porro, Romero with 7s. Van der Ven an 8. Udogie a 7. Sarr a 7. Højbjerg a 7. Kulusevski a 7. James Maddison a 9 out of 10. Richarlison a 7. Heung-min Son an 8. Now for a report from the Daily Mirror today, and it says here, the Son always shines on TV. Spurs skipper lights up Monday Night Football with goal and assist. The feel-good factor just kept on flowing in the rain at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last night. The Daily Mirror have given man of the match to James Maddison. It states here, capped fine display with second goal. The player ratings from the Daily Mirror today, Vicario an 8, Pedro Porro and Romero and Van de Ven all with 7s, Udogie and Sark with 6s, Højbjerg with a 7, Kulusevski also with a 7, James Maddison with an 8 out of 10, Richarlison a 7, Heung-min Son an 8, subs Emerson and Skip both with 5s. Now for a report from today's Daily Mail, and on the back page it's got this wonderful picture, yet again probably the most used picture in the press today. It says here, double top, Maddison and Son on target as Spurs return to summit. Tottenham returned to the top of the Premier League last night after strikes from in-form stars Heung-min Son and James Maddison saw off Fulham. Also from the Daily Mail today, it's got this report and it says here, back from their break and back in the groove, there will presumably come a point when this season of hope and possibility throws Tottenham into the wall of reality, but not just yet. And Postecoglou is quoted in saying the following in his press conference. The start we've made is a credit to everyone. It is a really encouraging start, both results and performances. We had to work hard for it tonight. First half, we held them really well. We had to be patient and we stayed organised. Our pressing was really outstanding. Second half, we were nowhere near the levels with the ball. We were really wasteful. We took some liberties, extra touches. If you take liberties, you can get dragged down quickly. The win shouldn't disguise the opportunity to improve. Now, the player ratings from the Daily Mail today. Vicario, they have only given a 7 out of 10. Pedro Porro a 6.5. Romero, Van de Ven, both with 7s. Udogie a 6.5. Emerson Royale with a 6. Sarr with a 6. Skip with a 6. Højbjerg a 7.5. Kulusevski a 6.5. Maddison a 7.5. Richarlison a 6.5. They have given star man to Heung-min Son 8 out of 10. Now for a report from the Daily Express, and it says here, Postecoglou's double delight. The feel-good factor has just kept on flowing in the rain at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs go top as they make the best start to a season since 1960-1961. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll see you in the next one. Come on, you Spurs.